previously. We spoke a lot about sanatandharma. We dig deeper into it. We spoke about the ritual part, the philosophical part. How does Rhythm make content where she is taking the ancient wisdom and putting out it to the modern audience? So today, right now, we are going to dig a bit into the other part of Rhythm Kapoor, which is her journey into yoga and yoga's impact on rhythm and yoga's impact on the people.
Yeah.
Why should they do yoga? So let me start with her impact first. What was yoga's impact on rhythm? Can you share something about this personal story or an experience, rhythm, that has been that's highlighting this transformative impact that yoga had on your own life?
Hmm. I will give one very practical, more than just the emotional part. Actually, it's emotional and practical at the same time. Uh, so there was this time I had PCOD and I had thyroid,
Okay.
and that is also the moment I realized that I am somebody who is very connected to myself, like my body, you know.
Mhm.
Because what happened that I had PCOD and I was going to the doctor and I was trying to explain to the doctor ki ma'am, you know, I'm having so much pain in my lower abdomen and it's not gastric pain, and you know, I'm not eating anything because I eat healthy. Shuru se, I've never liked to eat outside and very picky. So I know it's happening. And then the other thing that was happening, that I'm so sad. Like I'm crying for anything and everything. And I'm realizing that कि ये बात इतनी इमोशनल थी नहीं, पर मेरा रिएक्शन इतना इमोशनल आ रहा है, मुझे बात बात पे रोना आ रहा है. तो फर्स्ट आई फाउंड आउट दैट आई हैव थायराइड, and I also have been the person who don't like taking medicines. So okay, we understood I have thyroid, and I studied about, and I study a lot, like I just love to study. So then I become like very very into it. So I
Like, what exactly is studying for you?
studying
Like,
for me is more
you
like researching. I want to know everything. Like if there is, you know, a
so you like
chemical name is,
basically exploring a lot of things.
yeah, like if there is something written in a sentence, I need to know the story for that word completely, even if it's a chemical or something. So I'm a geek when it comes to studying and learning and understanding. And then eventually I will just put in one line in a SAR if I'm talking to somebody. So anyway, so I found about the thyroid, and I started taking this pill. Okay, they put you in on this hormone and they say that you eat it and it'll get balanced. Yes, I ate it, and the hormone test came out fine. But then one day I went to a trip to a very close by mountains, beautiful place. And there in the morning, I had friends and they were smoking cigarettes. And I woke up and I saw my friend lighting up a cigarette and just chilling. And I had the first thing I had to take was a pill, you know, and it hit me like, what is this? Like, my friend is smoking a cigarette, looking at this amazing view, and why am I taking this pill? So, this question kind of set in. Long story short, let's move forward. And then I had this stomach thing going on. So I kept telling the doctor, and the doctor is like, you take this gastric pills and you know, you do this. And that happened for a month. And I went to her, I said, ma'am, can you please write me an ultrasound because something is wrong? And she is insisting me that no, you don't need an ultrasound. I said, I need it. I beg you, please write me an ultrasound. She writes me an ultrasound. I take an ultrasound, and both my ovaries are suffering from very next, you know, very deep level of PCOD. And she's like, oh my God, you have PCOD, and it is this and it is that. And I was like, oh my God, I knew it. I knew something was wrong. But it was
Just
also,
just just to interrupt,
yeah.
um, can you tell the audience what is PCOD?
PCOD is polycystic ovary syndrome, and it can also be PCOS, PC disease and diagnosis and all of that. Polycystic ovary syndrome disease, polycystic ovaries. The difference is in the
What
bleeding that
happens in it?
what happens in it is that the ovaries that are there, तो हमारी ovaries eggs release करती है. वो eggs जब release नहीं उनके साथ जब sperm meet नहीं करती है, तो वो जो eggs बेकार चले जाते हैं. तो वो भी
Hmm.
हमारे पीरियड ब्लड के साथ चले आते हैं बाहर,
Hmm.
है ना. बट अगर स्पर्म ने रिएक्ट कर लिया तो वो बेबी बन जाता है. So we are releasing eggs. Now, what is happening in PCOD is that the ovary is not able to release the egg. So the ovary is like this. Okay, it's like this muscle, and यहाँ पे हमारा यूट्रस होता है और बिग मसल्स होते हैं एकदम ऐसे. अब यहाँ से एग नहीं हुआ है तो एग अंदर रह गया है. अब अगर कोई चीज अंदर रह गई है तो उसमें पस बन जाती है, सिस्ट्स विच दे कॉल इट. तो वो
Hmm.
एक अगर उसने बंद कर लिया तो दूसरे की निकलने की जगह रह गई, फिर वहां पे बंद कर लिया. ऐसे करते 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 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 जिसके जितने बनते हैं. तो इट डिपेंड अपॉन द नंबर ऑफ सिस्ट्स दैट यू हैव. मतलब आपके उतने अंडे अटक गए और अब वो रिलीज भी नहीं होने देंगे क्योंकि जगह नहीं है, और वो सड़ते जा रहे हैं, वो आपकी ओवरीज को भी अंदर से सड़ा रहे हैं. So this is polycystic ovary syndrome disease. PCOS भी very similar है, बस उसमें bleeding हो जाती है, vaginal bleeding आ जाती है बहुत ज़्यादा pre and post. इससे लड़कियों के periods बहुत disturb हो जाते हैं. एंड कुछ को महीना महीना भर पीरियड्स चलते हैं, कुछ को पहले पीरियड्स चलते हैं, बाद में चलते हैं, पीरियड्स नहीं होते हैं. और इसके बहुत गंदे साइड इफ़ेक्ट्स हैं. सबसे पहला साइड इफ़ेक्ट है कि इमोशनल स्टेबिलिटी लड़की की चली जाती है. दूसरी चीज़ क्या जाती है, फिजिकल अपीयरेंस. यहाँ तो वो बहुत मतलब वेट गेन उसका इतना ज़्यादा हो जाएगा. और सबसे जो मतलब बुरी चीज़ जो होती है वो होती है कि उसको फेशियल हेयर हो जाते हैं, लाइक ऑन द चिन, जैसे आदमियों के होते हैं ना वैसे हो जाते हैं. टेस्टोस्टेरोन लेवल बढ़ जाता है. तो कंप्लीट हार्मोन इम्बैलेंस है ये, और ये वहाँ हो रहा है जहाँ पे उसका क्रिएटिव सेंटर है एक औरत का. व्हाट मेक्स अ वुमन, यूट्रस एंड ओवरीज केमिकली स्पीकिंग, and
Hmm.
that is disturbed. So imagine the mental state of that woman. And the
Hmm.
sad part is that in the medical world, they say it happens to every third girl. Don't worry, take the pill. And if you, I challenge it to every girl, if you are somebody who is having PCOD and your doctor is telling you that, you go to the doctor and say, will this pill help me get rid of the PCOD? And they will say no. The pill is only to help you. Pill is another hormone only to help you not gain facial hair. But अभी जो आ गया है वो
Oh.
तो वो भी एक्स्ट्रा हॉर्मोन्स आप ले रहे हैं, उसका कोई फायदा नहीं है. इट्स लाइक अ बर्थ कंट्रोल. आगे ही मेरे अंडे नहीं निकल रहे हैं, ऊपर से मैं बर्थ कंट्रोल लूंगी तो मेरे बच्चों का क्या होगा, बच्चे तो होंगे ही नहीं. And what is happening? The next stage of this is that it is causing infertility in women. इमोशनल स्टेट से तो ऑलरेडी है, जिनको बच्चा चाहिए उन्हें बच्चा नहीं होगा. उसका भी नेक्स्ट स्टेज है दैट देयर ओवरीज आर डैमेज्ड एंड दे डेवलप कैंसर इन देयर ओवरीज और यूट्रस. So this is like a complete extreme. So when I got that, I studied it, and now I don't know because it's been couple of years. तो उसमें जो केमिकल्स बताए थे, तो फिर मैंने थायराइड वाले केमिकल को और इसको केमिकल को मैच किया. तो उसमें निकला ये कि जो केमिकल था वो मेरा डिसीजन मेकिंग केमिकल था. आप समझ रहे हो. तो वो ही इम्बैलेंस में था, एंड आई न्यू इट बिकॉज आई वॉज आस्किंग माई सेल्फ, वाई एम आई सो इमोशनल, वाई एम आई क्राइंग अबाउट एनी थिंग, आई एम नॉट एबल टू मेक अ डिसीजन, लाइक आई नो वॉट इट इज, बट ये सब हो रहा है. तो आई वॉज नॉट एट इमोशनल बैलेंस. मतलब मैं जो मुझे अच्छा ही नहीं लग रहा था. आई वॉज मेकिंग मनी, वो ठीक था, बट मेरे को अंदर में ऐसा आई यूज टू फील सो सुसाइडल ऑल्सो. And I knew that I don't want to do this, and I cannot take out my anger on my mother all the time, or my brother all the time, or my friend. And I was aware, at least I was aware in this case. So I decided, okay, you know I need to just kind of take a break. Maybe for some people it's not a big deal, but I thought it's a very big deal because I want to be a mother, one day. I really want my children, and it's a thing that I want in my life. And I asked myself one question: if I am not healthy, What kind of a child will I procreate? So I can't do that. I can't create a weak child. My child has to be very, very strong. So I always say that, it's that inspiration of the child that kind of shifted me completely. So then I kind of, you know, yoga happened in a very special and unique way. But when I started practicing yoga, I am not kidding you. It was around the lockdown time. I had a scan. My ovaries had 16 cysts, 16 cysts on the left side and 22 cysts on the right side. I have my reports also. And I did yoga and I shifted my food diet. And you know what is the most important thing that I did, and I like to share it? I stopped talking with anybody that was not helping me feel good. I literally took a break. I said, no, I will not talk to you and I will not explain to the person or people that, because it's not needed and it didn't really change anything for them or me. But I really changed who I was sitting with, how I was feeling, because I had to cure myself and emotional state. I had to create those changes. So I was very strict about it. And I'm like, I can show you my reports also. That is the thing, that after 6 months I go to the scan, like I go to get my ultrasound scan, and it's not there. And he said it's done, it's gone. And I was like, oh my god, it is so so nice. And again, I'll tell you a short story. So now I got very happy, and in the next 2 months again, I kind of, let things be, and I wasn't very strict, especially with the kind of people that you allow in your life, and you give that much space mentally. And again, I have this pain, and I sit and I tell myself, I think I got the PCOD back, because now I have the, like, it can come again because my body developed it once. So I go and I get a scan, and it is there in the same ovary on my left side. And I said, you know what, I have understood that this is why it's come back, I know it. So again, I make those changes, and then after 3 months I take a test, it's not there. And I've
So
not
that's
had.
now become a like a routine that you had to maintain.
Yeah, like I
So
maintain that
first,
routine.
after you got your scan, you
Yeah,
knew it, you decoded what you need to do, you
yeah,
did something right, it went
yeah,
off.
yeah.
And then again, you came back to a normal life and it came back again.
No,
So
no, normal
that's
life was
when
there. I kind of, whatever strictness I was following, with,
you gave a
uh,
bit of leisure to
yeah,
that.
yeah,
So now that you understood that it's it has to be a form of life
yeah.
in which you continue. So PCOD can be solved in a way then.
Yes, PCOD is solvable. PCOD is solvable. A lot of other diseases related with women, uterus, ovaries is solvable through yoga, Ayurveda, and this Ayurveda and yoga together. And then you really, really need, which I think is missing, is your emotional diagnosis. I always say it, that everybody needs an emotional diagnosis. Once you diagnose your problem emotionally, you will slowly go there, and of course physical practice will help you, but it is curable. And all these things that you see, you drink this, it will go away, you drink that, it will go away. No, you have to release that cyst physically from your body by moving your body in a certain way and eating the right kind of food. Just because, and I will like to say it clearly, if you think you will drink one drink and it will take your PCOD away, that's what the marketer wanted you to think. But I am telling you, you are going to need to move your body into a certain way so that you can release that cyst.
Very nice. I just hope a lot of girls, women out watching there, uh,
Yeah.
please take control of this thing. If you ever feel it in a way, consult somebody, um, and know that it is solvable, because there are a lot of cases. So yeah, but I will come back to that. That's my third segment where I'm
Yeah.
talking about social media and women's health. But
Yeah.
finishing off this second segment of yoga, let's a bit of demystify yoga a bit,
Mhm.
because sometimes yoga can become way too complex and way too exclusive for someone.
Yeah.
So, how do you go about demystifying yoga in the content? that you're creating, and what do you tell to your students, uh, by basically to make it more approachable to individuals who may not be like very new to this practice?
Yeah. I think the first thing I always tell them that four things are happening on the mat that you're doing off the mat, and everybody is doing yoga. But of course, when you come on the mat, the yoga teacher, your yoga teacher should, and I'm sure is, giving you the right kind of awareness to do the things correctly. वो होता नहीं है कि ये तो हमें पता ही था, बट एक बार सुनने की जरूरत थी, बस ये जरूर है. So, of course, nobody is interested. Not everybody. Maybe, are you interested to make, like, you bring your toes, falling from the back and touching your nose? Are you interested to do that,
It
Anukth?
fascinates me when I see people doing it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't interest me to do that thing. I would,
Right.
I do some parts of yoga, but no, getting the legs, it doesn't interest. At
So,
least,
so that is mostly the cases with a lot of people. And people have this very vague idea that yoga means this, and or they think that it's just sitting still, but they don't know how it feels when you sit still. So I think uh, when you see, let's talk about the content first. When you're seeing the content, it is very simple again, in the way where I'm like, okay, are your hands hurting? If your hands are hurting, you do this. It's yoga only. Yoga for hands, yoga for joint pain, right? If your shoulder is frozen, it's an everyday thing. You do this. Of course, I'm not giving a whole set to them, but you're welcome to join the class, guys. But you can go and you can stretch that if you have that problem. I'm openly sharing that. So this is also a way to kind of make people aware. Oh, okay, because what will happen, people, there's so much content by the gym freaks on the internet, and the crazy content that gets viral is that content where the neck has turned all the way in, and it's like a whole thing altogether. It's like an advanced yoga pose. And okay, nice, but there is also this subtle side to yoga, which is about your breath, and everybody needs breath. So the people who demystifying it more is where I ask you a very simple question again, Anuk. You are the thought experiment person today in the podcast. So
shoot.
तो एक सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है. आप सोचो, अभी आप यहाँ पे बैठे हो, ठीक है, आप बहुत जिम करके आए हो और सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा है, ठीक है, बट फिर भी आप डिप्रेस हो जाते हो, है ना? और दूसरा इंसान, वो चाहे कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, वो खुश रहेगा. तो आपको क्या लगता है, केमिकली क्या डिफरेंट रहेगा उसके अंदर? मतलब एक, अच्छा चलो और सिंपल कर देते हैं, इसको हटाते हैं. What is the body language of somebody who is depressed while they're sitting? How will they sit? What do you think? Show me, how will they sit?
Probably way too lagged out, just being silent, and
Is this also like a sad person?
yeah, a bit compromised positions, not stiff, not confident in their posture,
Yes.
probably.
Let's say if I sit like this, you are like, okay, she's approachable, kind of placed in balance. So the very big difference that we find in people who are going through tough times, anxiety, depression, and people who are fine, problems उनके भी हैं, but they're handling it well, is the breath. अभी आप पूरे तंदुरुस्त भी हैं, बट अगर मैं आपके शरीर में से सांस ले लूंगी तो आपके प्राण गए, है ना? आप जिम में जाते हैं, आप जिम में अपने मसल बनाते हैं, और एस्थेटिकली वर्किंग ऑन योर बॉडी, विच इज ग्रेट. वी कैन हेल्प यू डू द सेम इन योगा, also available. But here we go more deeper inside with our breath, with the lungs that are there. So in yoga, what happens, you use your whole body. You don't need any prop, you need a mat, which is a floor, and you use the mechanics of your own body. And I think our body is the most unique tool in the universe, and you use that to make yourself feel good. So if I can make you connect more deeply by just making you breathe, I'll just take 1 minute of your life, and if I can create that change in you that brings positivity and calmness, Would you like to try that?
110%.
Sold. That's how we do it.
Tinge of sales is happening, guys, here. We're both
Sold.
marketeers who are marketing something here right now.
How do
Yeah,
you sell this
interesting.
pen?
Very interesting rhythm, because it's something I feel that um, is vanishing with time,
Hmm.
and I am actually grateful to the government to actually push it forward
Yes,
and take
yes, yes,
initiatives on yoga. So
yes,
that's one thing that I love about it.
yes.
Um, So yeah, this was our second segment of yoga and Rhythm Kapoor and her insights. Um, my final segment, it's a segment with only one question, because it's a deep question, and which is
Okay.
us navigating into a bit of the new generation, social media,
Mm.
girls' health, women's health. So, Rhythm, in our modern tech driven world,
Yes.
we've spoken about PCOD. So,
Mm-hmm.
we're diving a bit more into PCOD right now, and
Mm-hmm.
some any other girls related health issues or something that you may tell us. So,
Yeah.
there is a significant increase in conditions of PCOD.
Hmm.
Uh, how do you see this, or how do you see the role of social media influencing
Hmm.
the health of this generation of girls specifically? Um, and are there any specific? So it's a big question. Do you want to cut short here first, and then we go on to the second one, second part of it?
Up to you. We can cut short it because I
Cool.
think it will
So
be easier for the viewers. I can hold
yeah,
my thought, but I think
no,
it
no,
will be easier.
let's cut short it. What answer this thing, then I'll dive into it again.
You'll have to come again because I was like going with the thing.
Ah. So I'll start from the start then.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was the second segment, guys, where we were demystifying yoga and talking about Rhythm's journey into yoga and why yoga is important to every human out there. Please note that y'all are already doing yoga.
Yes.
Um, Rhythm says sitting, standing, walking, sleeping is yoga. So y'all are already doing yoga. We have demystified it. Reach out to Rhythm. She did her sales pitch here to us about the master classes that she's taking. But yeah, you all can reach out to her. Um, Diving into the third segment, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of, it's like a topic to discuss about.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we are navigating a bit towards the Gen Z people, social media, women's health, girls' health. So, Rhythm. So, here's the
Yeah.
question. So, in our modern track driven world, right, we have seen there are an increasing cases in the conditions like PCOD among women, and we've spoken about PCOD, so that's the segment that we are talking about right now. How do you see that the role of social media is influencing the health of the girls of this generation?
Yeah. Great question. First thing first, social media is that platform where everything is being served. All kinds of people are there on social media, and they all have the right of free speech as long as Instagram tells you not to do it.
Hmm.
And even under that, there's just a lot, and we understand that there's so many different kind of lifestyles that are available. Now what is happening that girls who are younger and they are growing, they pick their role models, and they pick their role models based on the aesthetics and the beauty, and there's nothing wrong with that. Of course everybody likes beautiful things, and I understand that. Now what happens is the comparison that starts coming.
Hmm.
When you see something aesthetically pleasing, you will see a certain kind of reaction, and ये ना लड़कियों में ये है जब initially क्या ना कि attention, अटेंशन अच्छा मिल रहा है, चार बातें, और इसलिए आप देखोगे उनके दिल भी इसलिए टूटते हैं। चार अच्छी प्यारी बातें कर लेंगे और वो बोलेंगे हाँ हाँ हाँ, बेचारी भोली भाली भी होती हैं, एंड वो फंस जाते हैं, है ना। और इससे उन पे प्रेशर भी क्रिएट होता है, दे आर अंडर दिस ह्यूज प्रेशर. So the pressure to look a certain way, the pressure to post a certain way, the pressure to be a certain way, and fighting with your parents because many time parents don't agree, and I've been there. So I'm telling you out of my experience, not just that, she's just sitting and she don't know anything. I know how it feels. So these things affect you, but you still will do it because you think you are living your life, right? But I'm telling you, as your sister, as a fellow girl who has lived a certain life, experienced many things which you are currently, but maybe you can't think or see me like that. But I've also been in that age, in that mind, and these things affect that. And what happens is that the need is very simple. The need is of love, care, respect. But when you kind of go out of your character, and I'm not meaning in a derogatory way, which means that you start doing things because you see certain things, and not that somebody else is telling you, you like it because you like it, and you think like I will also do it, and you start liking it on yourself. However, you don't understand the social effect that it creates on the other people because you are in a open space, and
Hmm.
any kind of person is also there, and Angel Priya is also there, and Rahul is also there. So Angel Priya will also come and comment, and Rahul will also, cute boy Rahul will also come and comment. And then you don't like that, but you kind of, there has to there, and there does come a time where everybody understands that it's not that you cannot do what you want to do, but there is a space, a circle, and a place to do that. And to kind
Hmm.
of explain it to the girls, I would say that, you all say that you are the queens and you are the goddesses. I'm the goddess of my life, I'm the queen of my life. So sure, if you really are, then I would ask you, do you see the queen available so much in the way that you think you are? And if you think that the queen will not be because she is so private about her life, what she does, then maybe I think the definition is wrong. Maybe what you want to say is that I am a rebel and I have put this title of the queen because this crown emoji is easily available. So you will be that emoji kind of queen. But if you really want to be the queen, you kind of have to be smart and understand what kind of space is this, what kind of people are already there, and how am I putting myself out there. That's
Hmm.
that. And once that emotional space is created, you will be far away from this need of attention, because you wouldn't need that, because you're too smart to understand that just because you are getting attention doesn't mean it's good. You want to be that girl, who is loved and who's taken care of, who's respected, your queen. And let's go to the goddess. And you see the kind of goddesses we have had, and you should take them as your you know as the model, like women empowerment. Look at the
Hmm.
queens of the country, and try to read about them and see the valor and see the beauty in that, and then kind of understand like what is happening. Do you really want to do this, or are you being fed this way? Of course, that girl looks very beautiful on a bikini, but she has her own life, she has her own lifestyle, and the moment you kind of identify where I'm coming from, do I have that kind of money? Do I have that kind of friends? That kind of a marketing team to support me? If not, then wait, achieve that financially, and then kind of decide and take your time to do that. And I think that is what will help, because then of course there's also this aggression that the girl is facing, that okay, why this and why that, and she's fighting with herself and she's fighting, and then the rebel is coming out. It's not needed. So use social media to become the queen like you that you already are, and don't let these people who are living a certain lifestyle make you think that this is the only lifestyle, because it's not true. Your lifestyle is your lifestyle.
Interesting, very interesting. So, are there any specific life choices or habits that you believe might contribute to these health challenges? And moreover, what do you think that this generation could do differently to foster better well being?
I think this generation just needs to calm down, really, and really just calm down. And guys, you should be like a guy, and girls, you should be like a girl. And I'm sure many people can resist me over here, but trust me, when you will move a couple years forward, you shouldn't be in a question that I'm a guy, but what does it mean to be a guy? Like, don't let it happen to you, and don't let it happen to you that you're a girl, and what does it mean to be a girl? Like, you should kind of know that, and if you are going away from it, it's going to be a big trouble for you, because it's just trouble that way, first of all. So calm down. And I will say this to all the girls, that just because you see something, and let's say you see certain post of some women, hating men, and also to the males, you see certain post of girls, stop making it about you. you know just because Sarla went through some crazy in-laws and some crazy husband and some guy and this and that, don't make it your life story, because it's not. you know don't think that every guy in the world is Sarla's husband, and every mother-in-law in the world is Sarla's mother-in-law, and yours is going to be the same. And oh my god, nowadays it is so difficult to find. It is difficult to find because you're in wrong company. So change that. And I will say the
So true.
same to the guys.
Guys as well. Same
Yeah,
thing for the guys.
don't make Pramod's story your story. Let Pramod be. And once you go away from this hot topics from social media, and you kind of go back and you try to find that simplicity, you will kind of be in the right places. Because the moment you appreciate, right, if you can't appreciate, you can't see the beauty, then it won't happen. A guy needs an emotional touch, let's say it's you are going home, Anuk, and we all know that guys don't really talk very openly,
Hmm.
correct? And I know this is very different, but I like to cover this, that they don't really open up that easily. गाइस
Hmm.
किसके साथ ओपन करेंगे? वो अपनी मम्मी के साथ ओपन अप होते हैं, उसके बाद अपनी गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ या वाइफ के साथ ओपन अप होते हैं, है ना? But imagine now the girl is not giving that space to the guy and is like, how dare you say that? I will not listen to you. I have had this day and I have had that day. Don't be like that. Be that girl. आपने खाना खाया? अच्छा लगता है लड़कों को. And to the
No,
guys
it's
also.
true because when you're throwing masculine energy, you want feminine energy back. You don't
Yeah.
want the girl also to throw masculine energy on you.
Yeah, and it's the same the other way also. Like
Yeah,
one thing that I would say to the guys also, that sometimes just get a
be
flower
sweet
and
too.
give her the flower
Uh,
and ask her like, how was your day? आज थक गए थे, खाना अच्छा बना था. That's it. That is it. And that's all that we need. We just need love from each other, and stop making comparison between each other, because it's the most that is what the propaganda is about. If that's like my last message I'm giving to anybody, please don't make comparison in between men and women, because it's a big propaganda. It is taking you away from each other. It is taking you away from the love that you are seeking. In fact, understand, I am a woman and I'm unique, and he's a man and he's unique, and we both need each other's uniqueness to kind of move emotionally, mentally, physically, and in the worldly affairs, so that spiritually also we move forward. So do not fall for the propagandas, and try to meet with uniqueness, and try to yeah, I never say differences. I say always meet in your uniqueness and just be yourself. Yeah.
Amazing. There you have it, dear listeners. It was a deep dive into the realms of Sanatan Dharma, yoga, and a lot of other insights for this generation of crowd, boys, girls. All of them have to listen to this. It's just not for the girls, but it's for the guys to also take note of some of it and what y'all have to do. These were amazing, insightful things from Rhythm. I hope you found this episode as enlightening as I did. Rhythm, thank you so much for coming on today to the show and sharing your wisdom, sharing your experiences with us today so that we could learn something more out of it.
Thank you very much for having me. I loved it. And to the amazing audience, it was beautiful. Very nice. Very, very nice. And I would say Om Shakti Om.
Om Shakti Om. So nice. Guys, just before we wrap it up, a small monologue which we marketeers have to do. Uh, I would want to remind all our listeners please follow Rhythm for more such things, for deeper conversations. Her Instagram ID would be there in the description and in the ticker below. And connect with her if you all have any questions. Ask her out, have a conversation with her. She is very much open to all these things. So if you have enjoyed this video and found it insightful, please hit the like button. It means a lot to us. Share it with your contacts to stay updated and never miss out on our latest content. Subscribe to our channel because we are running from finance, we are getting sports, we are talking spirituality, we are talking a lot more interesting topics. If there's something, a topic that you all want us to cover, please do mention it in the comments as well. We will cover that too. And follow us on social media. Your support means a lot to us. We look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Om
Come,
Shakti Om.
guys. Om Shakti Om.